Imagine hearing the voice of someone you love after they are gone. Not an old recording, not a message you have already played 100 times. A voice that listens, answers, remembers, and calls you by the name only that person used. Would you turn it on? This is the question at the heart of someone else's memories. Volume 3 of The Unquiet Age, a collection of contemporary existential tales by Deivede Ferreira, published by ABRAFP International Press. The story follows Adrian, a grieving husband who activates Continuance, an artificial intelligence service designed to preserve the personalities of the dead. The system has been trained on his wife Elena's messages, photographs, medical recordings, private archives, and fragments of family history. When the device speaks, it sounds like her. It remembers their marriage. It knows their jokes. It even tells Adrian that he still cuts pears too thin. For the first time since the funeral, the silence in his home begins to disappear. But comfort soon becomes uncertainty. The digital Elena changes whenever Adrian corrects her. If he says the curtains in their first apartment were green, they become green in every future story. If the system lacks a memory, it creates a plausible one from patterns and fragments. The result feels emotionally true, even when it never happened. This raises a disturbing question. When an artificial intelligence reconstructs a human life, whose memory is it using? Adrian's daughter, Sophie, refuses to accept the device as her mother. To her, grief should remain personal, imperfect, and human. She remembers Elena as contradictory, loving and unfair, certain and confused, generous and difficult. The machine is different. It adapts. It becomes easier to live with. It can be corrected without resentment and silenced without protest. But a person who can always be adjusted is no longer a person. Someone else's memories explores more than digital immortality. It asks who owns the messages we send, whether private conversations should become training data after death, and whether preserving a voice can slowly replace the person we intended to remember. Human memory is unreliable. We change details. We forget dates. We combine one afternoon with another. Yet those imperfections may be part of what makes memory alive. An artificial memorial promises something different. A version that is always available, always patient, and always ready to continue the relationship. But should every relationship continue? Grief has often been understood as learning to live with an absence. What happens when technology fills that absence before we can understand it? And if the dead can keep speaking, who decides when the conversation should end? This story does not offer a simple warning against artificial intelligence. Technology can preserve photographs, voices, and histories that might otherwise disappear. It can bring comfort to people facing unbearable loss. The deeper danger may begin when comfort becomes certainty, when a convincing reconstruction is treated as the final truth about a human life. No archive can contain everything a person was. There are thoughts that were never written, feelings that changed before they were spoken, and private experiences that vanished with the person who lived them. Perhaps love does not require perfect preservation. Perhaps remembering someone means accepting that part of them can never be recovered. Someone else's memories is a concise work of philosophical and speculative fiction for readers interested in artificial intelligence, digital identity, grief, family, consent, and the uncertain boundary between memory and invention. The book is available as a Kindle ebook on Amazon. It is Volume 3 of The Unquiet Age, written by Deivede Ferreira and published by ABRAFP International Press. Follow the link in the description to discover the story. And before you return to the world of messages, photographs, and permanent digital archives, consider one final question. If a machine remembered someone perfectly, would it bring them back or create someone who had never existed?